Well, I picked up this book thinking it was another How You Can Be the Executive You Always Wanted to Be book, and I was surprised. I picked up this book thinking I would scan it quickly for our interview, and I found myself reading page after page. I picked up this book, and my life and my thought process changed. It's called Climbing the Ladder in Stilettos by Lynette Lewis. Welcome, Lynette.
Thank you.
Great to have you here.
It's wonderful to be with you.
Like I said, I was absolutely shocked at how much I was getting into your book. First, before we go any further, tell us your story.
Well, I actually never really thought I would be a career woman. I thought I'd graduate from college, get married, have a family, but it didn't happen that way.
Like 95% of
Exactly. It doesn't feel like we think.
Yeah.
So I started working and work professionally now for about 22 years. I spent 10 years working as the Alumni and Public Relations Director at a university in Tulsa.
Right.
And then I moved to New York City to go chase my dream.
New York.
I wanted to go to New York,
Wow.
and I kept thinking, is this really my calling? But I want to do it, so I went for it.
Yeah.
I went to work for a big global consulting firm called Deloitte & Touche, and
Right.
I was in various marketing positions with them. And then all along that time had been speaking and doing seminars and really getting feedback from women saying, I love what you're talking about. Can you put it in a book? And that's how I wrote the book just about a year ago now. And it's been really a fun sort of journey, different than what I thought, but really exciting.
The whole idea of women as executives just produces all kinds of struggles and all kinds of stereotypes, if you will. You know, when I think of a woman in a high-powered Fortune 500 company who's vice president, who's running a corporation, I think of someone, honestly, who is demanding, who's driving, who's driven, who's demeaning. They're portrayed that way in the movies, on television. Can you be that successful? Can you climb the ladder to the top rung and not be that?
Absolutely. And one of the things that I found surprising and really rewarding as I moved in through the corporate ranks was that there was this whole community of women who really were there to cheer one another on. And really finding those relationships and that sense of sisterhood in the corporate world has been what's been so helpful to me. I also think that women sometimes do wonder if they need to become less feminine in order to succeed. And the opposite is true. The opposite is true. I was reading an interesting report about 2 weeks ago that said that men's perception of leadership qualities in women was related to how well they perceived the women got along with people. So here's a skill that comes naturally to us as women, nurturing people, nurturing relationships, getting along with others, and men actually will attribute to us leadership qualities if we get along well with others.
So we walk into the office place and we're like, how's your son? How's your husband doing? How's everything? Great. Yeah, I mean, we know aspects about their personal lives by the time we get to our office and sit down. Men will just walk right in and sit right down.
And it's business at hand.
But they see that as a leadership quality.
They see that as a leadership quality.
Wow.
So the real message to women is be yourself and live from your heart, even in the workplace. In fact, fulfillment for women in the workplace is really, and even working at home, is really about how is my heart engaged? Is it really able to express itself? Not because I lay it aside when I walk out the door in the morning, but because I bring it right there to the workplace and let it really be a tool to reach the people around me.
Oh, that is a great message, because I think so many women think, I got to put that on the shelf. If I'm going to be successful, I have to become more masculine. I have to become more like my masculine partners. What is the one thing women struggle with most in the workplace?
I think we struggle oftentimes with the feeling that we're not really getting, so to speak, an A in the class in any area of our life. We're working, we're busy, but then our heart's at home too, and we're wondering, well, I should be doing more for my husband or my kids or my friends. Then we pour our life into our work and we think, or we're pouring our life into our family, and then we wonder, am I giving enough to my job?
And
my real encouragement to women is, don't worry about getting an A+ in every class. Just give what you can to every area of your life, and the people that you're reaching, they're going to be thrilled. Because they love you for who you are. You don't have to be perfect. There's not really, the concept of having it all is not realistic.
You know, we think we can. I mean, and television says you can, and you should have it all. And we're so great at you know, the gift that keeps on giving, the guilt thing.
It's so true, and yet we're also very good at balancing. I mean, women are the type, they can look at every area of their lives as a woven tapestry. How does this area fit with this area, and how can I balance and bring some of the things that affect my family into my work? And women are looking for that merging, where men tend to, I've heard it explained, it's more like file folders. I go in and I have this file out on my desk, and I work at my job, and I forgot that my wife asked me to do something when I left, and I told her I would, because now I'm with that file folder. But women, when you work with women, you hear them, they're on their phone with the kids, they're managing things at home, they're working, they're handling meetings. Women are great at balancing, and it's really an advantage in the workplace.
You know, you're absolutely right. It's the whole multitasking thing. I mean, think of a woman who's preparing dinner at night, right? You know, she's on her cell phone talking to a teacher about a bad grade or a homework assignment that wasn't turned in. At the same time, she's got 3 different things going. You know, at the same time, she's helping her 5-year-old with those spelling words. So we are so great with that. By the time dinner's on the table, so much has been accomplished.
Well, and the great thing, too, is that so many workplaces nowadays and different career paths allow women to work from home, allow them to set their own schedule. I mean, I'll be on a conference call with people from around the world on a team, and I'll be baking cookies or getting the UPS man at the front door, or you'll hear a dog bark in someone's home, and everyone just laughs. We know that's the way we're living nowadays, and it's really no better time for women than now to find work that fulfills them, but also allows them to do the things they care about most.
I love that. Okay, I got to ask you this question. It was just a few months ago that I celebrated my birthday, and my family came to me, Chuck too, and said, "What do you want for your birthday?" And honestly, I didn't tell them this, but all I really wanted was for them to appreciate everything I do, for them just to value me for the role that I play in my home. That's all I really wanted.
So true.
Am I asking too much? Is that just like a broken record? Is that something I need to get over?
Well, I'll tell you, I relate 100%. And as I've worked with women for so many years now, I think appreciation is the universal love language for women. It's what we want. It's worth far more than gifts and even sometimes worth more than a paycheck. You look at studies of what makes people satisfied in work. They want to be appreciated. So I try to look for ways to really appreciate others that I'm working with. I may not always get enough for myself, but boy, I've committed. I'm going to lavish it on everybody else I know. Everyone I work with, I'm going to send emails and thank you notes and be an appreciator. And in turn, then, I find that starts coming back, and it creates a culture of appreciation. And there again, women are great at doing that. The men need it too. And the men that I work with down the hall in my office, they want to be appreciated too. They just don't always know how to do it. And we know how to say it because we say it the way we want it.
Okay. One of the things I loved about this book is when I started reading it, I didn't see, I work part-time. I don't work full-time or outside the home. But I really saw this as a book that really relates to the CEO of your family. If you're a stay-at-home mom and you're trying to raise 3 kids and you're trying to get them off to school and their activities, or you put on the business suit every day and you're a secretary, or you run a company, or you own a company. I mean, I really saw it applying to both women. So wherever you are today, if you really feel like you want to make a change in your life, whether it's purpose, whether it's joy, whatever it is, what can we do today to really make a change in where we're at?
One of the things that I try to do regularly as I go from different seasons, you know, working full-time, working part-time, and navigating through, I try to always do something that I call is a personal benefits work plan. And I sit down and I look at the season I'm in with the commitments that I have.
You have that in the book.
Yeah, I do. It's a worksheet sort of thing that I wanted to include, because what I do is I look at what are the benefits that this unique season in my life is giving to me now. And
are
how
you
can
single?
I
Are you empty nest? Are you full nest?
Just starting your career, just out of college? Every season has its joys.
And benefits.
Every season has its benefits. And one of the things that we can do on our own without anyone telling us how to do it is listing those things. And it's amazing that the level of joy that will rise up when I realize it may not be exactly what I want right now, but it has joys that are unique to right now, and I want to embrace them because it's going to change, and then I'll look back and I don't want to have regret.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Well, the book is called Climbing the Ladder in Stilettos, 10 Strategies for Stepping Up to Success and Satisfaction at Work. And I'm telling you, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or whether you are one that heads off to the workplace every day, this book is for you. It's just got some great, great ideas. Just help me rethink everything I'm doing.
Oh, I'm so glad. That's really hope that it'll be an encouragement to a lot of women.
Absolutely. I'm going to make this really easy for you. If you want this book, you just need to go to femininity.com, because on our bookstore, we have it offered to you at a discounted price, and that just makes it really easy. Thanks again, Lynette.
Thanks so much, Jenni. Great to be here.
Have you. Listen, don't go away. When we return, it is one woman's story of her survival with cancer. Stay with us.